Hello, hello. Yeah, no worries, Panda. Thank you so much. I'm all right. As you say, it's very hot. It is way too hot. And so yeah, I'm struggling. But I hope you enjoy your lie down. Please take care. And I'm sorry to hear that you are doing a bit meh. Right. Right. Sorry. Oh, I'm choking. Right. I think I'm okay. Have a drink. Just chill. Gonna open up I've got 2 drinks on my desk today. We're gonna have my water. Blackcurrant water today. Are we ready? The best sound, the refreshing sound. Hey Kat, welcome in. How are you doing? I was convinced again today because I just saw Panda, and for some reason I thought it was Wednesday. I don't know why. I just saw his tweet and I was like, oh, he's just chilling on a Wednesday. And then I realized that was yesterday and it was all day. So I don't know. It's just one of those days. I didn't sleep very well last night because of the heat. Again, actually, no, Morpheus, don't. But how are you doing? Welcome in. I hope you're doing wonderfully. We're going to be doing the old vampire therapy again. So we're going to be working on the 3rd sessions with our clients. And Sam's also going to be having his 3rd session too. Because as per the agreement, Andromachos said we needed to talk to him after we've dealt with our clients, just so that we can sort of let out our own problems, right? So that we can be a more effective therapist to these other people, so we're not overwhelmed with all of the issues that they are talking about. We too need therapy. Right, looking at Penny, you sound like Wednesday. I was just like, I don't know why. I have no idea, but welcome in, Pirate. Thank you again for the suggestion as well, by the way, for the games. Folks on YouTube, I have a post in the community tab, and hey, Lothars, welcome in. Happy Thursday. So yeah, in the community tab, if you have any sort of indie horror games that you would like to see me play, I'm just sort of compiling a list and then we can sort of take a look. Twitch people, I have it in Discord. I have like a game suggestions channel where you can write in what maybe you would like to see me play, and so I can start getting some ideas. Panda Adams, exactly. That's the next cosplay idea. After he's done the nun, Wednesday Adams. But what would he play? Because he's doing Dark Souls. Maybe he needs to do something like Elden Ring, dressed as Wednesday Adams. You're welcome. You can credit me as and when. Be good, right. I think I'm ready. Those games yesterday were a lot of fun, but holy heck was Platform 8 difficult. I can't have been the only one who was like super confused by that. It was not clear, but thank you again, especially to Kat and the others who were helping. Azriel was also very helpful too. So yeah, thank you folks, because I would have been there for ages, like trying to figure out what the heck each of these did. And I didn't really want to have to look up a guide. So it's kind of nice us doing it as a team effort, right? I appreciated that, so thank you. I can tell you confidently that Emily Wants to Play gave me a jump scare while watching a gameplay. Oh my gosh. I mean, to be honest, I've had that too. And it's not because of the game itself. It's because the person I'm watching playing, like, does something, like they make a loud noise and it makes me jump. And it's so funny. I'm just like, oh, Jesus. That was scarier than the actual sort of jump scare itself, you know what I mean? But I'll have to check it out. I've got a few ideas on the list. Like Darren came in with like a mass of games that would be interesting to play. So yeah, we'll have to see. Okay. Take another sip of water and then we will get ready. God, I'm wondering, are we going to see Lord Luridus again? I hope so. Not that I had like a little bit of an obsession with this man because he was gross, but we'll see. Okay, here we are. Oh yeah, I forgot the loading time is quite long. So. Maybe we might do cryo. I hope so. He was my favorite. And hey, Valor, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. I think my mum's going to be watching more of the Olympics. She was watching some yesterday. She watched the table tennis actually the other day. That was wild. They were so quick. And then she usually likes watching the diving, but I think it was gymnastics yesterday that she was doing. She was watching the men's gymnastics. It's why I play this. It's true. I need to have all the freaks. How come we don't have a vampire in Genshin? I know. That would be nice. Perfectly back home in time. Yeah, nice. I'm glad. I would love a vampire in Genshin. I saw someone who had done a mod of Neuvillette as a vampire, and I've seen drawings of him, like fan art of him as a vampire, and it made me love him even more. I very much liked that. I was like, yes, please. Vampire Neuvillette? My husband. Watching gymnastics or the men? Well, I don't know. There's usually the footballers or the rugby players. Actually, it's mainly rugby. She likes watching rugby. I don't really get it. I'd rather watch football, I think, if I have to watch anything at all. We have animal people like cats, dogs, and wolves. That's true. We have dragons, so a vampire is not far-fetched. They need to put me in the game. Genshin, put me in the game, and I will be causing havoc. Okay, game, could you just load when you're ready? And it's very slow. You can sort of see the egg timer slowly turning over. The first time I've opened this in a week, so I apologize. And hey, Remy, welcome in. How are you doing? Hello. Just done with farming mats in Warframe. Ah, okay. Right as you started. Perfect timing. I hope the farming went well. If I miss anything again because I'm focusing on the story, I apologize. I'll do my best to catch up. But yeah, I'll be doing the therapy things. Good morning. Oh god, has it crashed again? I think I had this issue last time where it crashed. Maybe if I just start... I think it did. It is not doing anything. Right, if we just start the game... We just start the game at the last chapter, or like the last checkpoint. I think maybe that's the key. Don't save it randomly, because it doesn't seem to like it. Which is, that's been the problem. Yeah, Warframe is like eternal farming. I thought that was the whole point of the game. Very passive. Every time Neuvillette loses health, I gain health based on the percentage of the health. It's our bond. Our marital bond. It's what happens. My husband loses health and I gain health, and vice versa. It's like I can drain my health to heal up my love. Yeah, this is my fan fiction. Don't worry about it. And hey, Scarlet, welcome in. Right, okay. Let me checkpoints. Right, where are we? That was 1731. All right. So if I go to 1728, that was the last checkpoint. I don't think it's going to flip out at me. And hey, Liari, welcome into you as well. Everyone's just going, I thought we were having therapy. All right, I'm just getting out the issues. And these are going to get resolved in therapy. Fantasizing about pixels. Yes. Very cool. I haven't actually, Lothos. I haven't played the SCP games. Have you got any specific ones that you would suggest? Because if you do, like I said, put them in the community tab post. It is the very latest one. Just so I remember, because otherwise I'll forget.
Are you ready for tonight's session with Signora Destiny?
Oh yeah, we were starting off with Isabella, Signora. Oh my goodness. I love this music. It's such a vibe.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're making some good progress.
That is wonderful. Remember, though, that the road to inner peace is not a straight line.
I actually think she was doing a good job. She seems to be the most promising. Single player, preferably. I mean, it doesn't matter if you can play multiplayer as well, but I'm probably going to do it as single player, unless I like the look of it and I can get some other people interested in playing it too. So it's like, just put them down and specify if you don't mind. I say this one's a multiplayer, and then I can sort through it. But I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lifos. SCP Containment Breach remake. Okay, I'm gonna have to check these out. A lot of work to do.
True enough. I like to say I didn't make my path. Nature did.
Samuel, you have the makings of a poet.
I've been hanging around with Edmund too much.
Oh, I meant it more literally. When I was walking in the woods, I just walked where the land led me.
But you see, this is a wonderful metaphor. If there is a valley between two mountains, that is the path nature takes us on.
True.
We often choose to climb the mountain instead when the easier path is made for us.
That's true.
Your experience guides your intuition.
I mean, if you've got some cat, yeah, by all means. Suggestions, and I'll have a look. I can't promise I'll be able to play all of them, right? But having the ideas and having a list of things that people would be interested in seeing and we could check out together is awesome. So I really would appreciate it. Peasant wisdom, yeah.
The labeling, my friend.
I didn't mean it in a bad way.
Not the
I
labeling.
ain't ashamed of being a peasant. I'm just folks, as we like to say.
I can see why the Senora has become quite fond of you.
Your sleep schedule's been bad since I always go to sleep watching horror games, but that's because I'm a freak.
Are you prepared for your session with her?
Yeah, I think with our progress, there might be
Okay,
some other
Morpheus,
distortions
thank
to
you.
focus on. Let me think.
Right. Oh god, yeah, the distortions. I might have to do a refresher on these. Control fallacy, yes. Oh yeah, she was overgeneralization. Because she tended to stereotype people and say, ugh, all of these commoners think like this. And I'm like, ah, do they though? I don't know. Does she disqualify the positive? I think she does a bit as well. So what I'm doing here is like I'm selecting these distortions that we can call Isabella out on. But I'm just trying to recall back. Always right. Was she? No. Maybe a bit blaming. I think they actually no. Did she personalize things? I can't remember. No, blaming. Blaming and labeling. All right, we'll just go with that.
All right, locked and loaded.
Right, we'll have a look at this. Oh, Dr. Drain. Cognitive distortions. Right, let's have a little refresher, right? Nosferatu thinking is like black and white thinking. Thinking in extremes and ignoring all the in-between. We stress ourselves out when stakes are high. If I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break. Ain't no doubt. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I'd better just not show up. So that's kind of the black and white thinking. Control fallacy. A lot of us bloodsuckers have a habit of either feeling responsibility or soul control, or of feeling completely hopeless. Thing is, usually neither is true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we're powerless, and feeling untouchable don't mean we're invincible. So we've got some examples here. With my dark powers, vampires shall dominate the mortal world. If a mortal discovers our secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. So that's... You can't really control how other people are gonna react, but you feel that responsibility regardless. So that's the control fallacy. Labeling is, well, that one's an easy one to understand. You call yourself all sorts of horrible names, just like I do. I'm useless. I'm stupid. That's labeling. Bad. Calling yourselves names doesn't do anything good. That one's easy to understand. Should statements. I'm a vampire. I should live in a castle. You're putting pressure on yourself when those expectations aren't necessarily even existing, but you just have it in your mind that you should be doing this, or I am disappointing people with my content, with Medi, I should be doing XYZ for my followers because otherwise they'll leave me. I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Bad. Disqualifying the positive. Disqualifying the positive, cancelling out the good, and leaving the bad. The Three Stooges just smack each other in the heads a bunch, though I still like them. I guess I can turn into a bat, but any vampire worth their fangs can do that. So it's just like, maybe not everyone can do it, but you're just sort of generalizing and saying, Well, I discovered this XYZ, the scientist. I created man-made plasma, but I should have done so much more, right? Oh, that's a should statement. But I'm just, it wasn't good enough, essentially. And it's like, but you still managed to do this. So he was disqualifying his positive by sort of just ignoring the good that he has done and only focusing on the bad. Personalization. Sometimes people actually are out to get us, or we do cause events, but sometimes we're doing some personalization. The Vampire Country Club doesn't allow cowboy hats. They made that rule just to discriminate against me. Right, yeah, there we go. The cattle got spooked and ran off. They must have been scared of my face, not the thunderstorm. Yeah, so it's like any sort of issue that has happened, it has to have been my fault. I do this a lot. It's not my fault, but I still blame myself, right? I'm very guilty of this one. I don't know, Pyro. I don't know. I know it was pushed forward. Emotional reasoning. No matter how unhappy we are, feelings alone don't define the world. I asked Andy, ain't everything emotional reasoning? He said no. Emotional reasoning specifically when we project our feelings onto the world. I get the shivers walking into this ghost town, so it's gotta be haunted. I feel uncomfortable around them young vampires. They must be up to no good. Even if they're just like chilling, right? You just don't know. Overgeneralization, Transylvanians sure are creepy. Every time I play poker, I lose. I'll never win this game. Okay, yeah, no, I do feel like this is definitely what Isabella does. Blaming. Blaming is the kind of opposite of personalization. Instead of everything being about us, we act like it's all about someone else. Yep, sometimes we're at fault and just don't want to admit we have some control. It's the barkeep's fault I lost my money at poker. He shouldn't have served me so much whiskey. I stubbed my toe on my coffin because someone must have moved it. Right. Mind reading. It's mind reading to invent someone else's thoughts. We can't know them. I'm also guilty of this. I will. Hands up. You caught me. I do this as well. That hombre there is real quiet. He must be plotting against me. My blood partner's thinking of leaving me for a sexier vampire. He didn't say so. I just know it. So that's that one. And then always right. We get things wrong sometimes, and we all know it. But in the heat of the moment, we might get so worked up, we feel everything we say is correct. We might double down on opinions or even reject opposition first thing. The evidence is irrefutable. Bram Stoker was a vampire himself. I know the way through the canyon. No need to check the map. Don't question me. So it's just like, yeah. Disagreements have nuance, and although we might get a lot right, we're not always right. It's true. I didn't expect to come into Race Stream and look at my inner self. I know. This game, 100%, has called me out several times, and I'm for it. I was like, you know what? You're right. So I think we're all going through it. But it's so good. I can recommend this game, Liari, like 100%.
The people of your country have so many colorful phrases having to do with firearms.
Okay, I'm in the zone. We're locking in. And we can...
I can't explain it neither.
Do the therapy things. Okay.
I shall leave you alone with this, Senora Samuel.
Thank you. Vibe into the music.
Good to see you tonight.
You are looking forward to seeing me?
Yeah, of course I was.
Well, sure I was. You're an interesting person, Senora. It's a privilege to get to know you.
Oh, the flattery. She likes him. Oh, yeah, that was it. Last time around, she started having a crush on our Sam. And honestly, I get it.
I suppose you have learned something of manners yourself. I thought a lot about the things we talked about last time, you know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah? What about exactly?
About how foolish I was for wasting my time for so long fighting against reality.
How foolish. That is a label.
Senora, what's calling yourself foolish doing for you? You're a principled lady. That ain't foolishness.
Yep.
What else do you call a woman who forever fights with reality?
If I want to be literal, I'd call her a fighter. It's a better label than fool.
Yep. Yeah, she has like a very... She's very set in her morals and how she thinks things should be. And it's been upsetting for her when the world around her isn't sort of conforming to these ideals that she's built for herself, right?
Oh, perhaps it is my despair speaking. Would that I had listened to the simpletons in my life earlier.
Is that the simpletons? That's labeling again.
Maybe you can start by not calling them simpletons.
Mm-hmm.
I meant it as a compliment. I wish I could be a simpleton.
I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that.
Yeah. Is a sad artist immortal that carries flowers that can't decay? Oh, I see. He's my son, I've decided.
My grand plans, my status, my dynasty, and all the pain that they have brought me.
Oh,
Who
nice
is the
pirate.
true fool, me or the simpleton?
Well, what if we're not fools or simpletons? What if we're just people being people?
Yep. You can't be right all the time. You can't be smart all the time. You're just human. You make mistakes.
There's a lot of room between worms and gods, Senora.
She was obsessed with the point of like godhood, right? She was obsessed with putting people on pedestals or like obtaining this sort of godlike status, and then everything was sort of disappointing her because it's just not possible, right? Because it's
Again, you
fantasy.
prove your pastoral wisdom.
Well, I'm glad you've been doing some.
I know that's rough, pirate. It
You
is
were putting
so
much pressure
expensive.
on yourself to be the one keeping your family going. I can tell how much it was weighing on you.
I spent so long trying to fix them, trying to transform them into something that they were not.
That's not your job, though. You can't fix them.
May I talk to you about my ex-husband, Sam?
Oh yeah, her ex-husband was not a very nice man. So I don't think that was helping her sort of mental state either. He seemed a bit of a waste of skin. Ah, I see,
Of
Cryo.
course you can. I know he gave you a lot of grief.
Yeah.
He hurt me deeply, in so very many ways. He was the start of all my delusions because I thought I could fix him.
Oh, that's the problem. You can't.
I thought Frankie was the way he was because I was not an ideal wife. That perhaps he would have been faithful if I had been as beautiful or fertile as a Medici.
Okay, so the fact that the background is glowing a bit more is sort of indicating that she's getting upset, right?
I know I have been arguing with reality, as you have said, but the idea of a fruitful marriage, sanctified by God, this was the only reality I had. But that reality did not match with mine. God could not have blessed both our marriage and riddled Frankie's penis with French diseases.
Yep. He had a collection of diseases. My man was obviously smashing around, you know? She's kind of religious. Yeah, no, she definitely is. She's from like the Renaissance period, so it makes sense that she'd be more like religious, right? Overwhelming presence she does, yeah.
French disease.
And yeah, you're right. The CPUs are so expensive. French disease. Don't ask, Sam. Don't worry about it.
We used to call syphilis the malfrance.
We did, yeah. And funnily enough, they called it like the English disease or something because it was always blaming. It's like, no, it wouldn't be the French. It's obviously the English, and then obviously the English because, you know, we do like to dunk on the French as much as they like to dunk on us. Said, ugh, it was the French disease. Ugh, Ugh.
Diseases don't belong to any nationality.
Yeah.
You sound like a certain politician from back home.
I don't know, to take a drink. At that particular moment, we all know who he's talking about.
Do not insult me. Have I not suffered enough with my husband's disgusting malady?
Honestly, that's valid. Don't compare Isabella to that man. The orange.
It was a painful lie to
She
me.
seems nicer than the
I
orange.
could only conclude from my sorrow that God was testing me. Endlessly.
Blaming.
The
No?
Senora was seeking a justification for her feelings.
Oh, sorry.
If she found one.
Oh, sorry.
It was a painful lie to live.
Right.
I could only conclude from my sorrow that God was testing me. Endlessly.
Control. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I'm challenging you on something
Yeah,
here.
there we go.
That sounds like a kind of hopeless statement. Like you're doomed to keep being tested on God's terms.
Perhaps it was hopeless. As you said, Isabella d'Este and Francesco Gonzaga could not change their natures.
That's true, but here's the thing. Does that mean you were doomed? Or were you just doomed on God's terms?
I thought it was blaming because I thought she was blaming God because obviously she's religious, she believes, right? I don't know. Hey Quad, not bad, thank you. How are you? Happy Thursday.
I think this just needs a little reframing.
Yeah.
I know you were dealt a rough hand, but doesn't necessarily mean you were being tested.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just gotta make do with the hand we got.
Yes. When life gives you lemons, make that damn lemonade and make it real good.
What I'm
I'm glad
suggesting
you're
is
alright.
that
Glad to
then
hear it.
And now, a radical acceptance approach could have helped you.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Right. Could have been polyamorous. Could have become a nun. Actually, she could have been. She likes God, reaching that state of godliness.
You could have become a nun, right? That would have been a way out of your situation.
Oh no, maybe this was insensitive. I'm sorry.
Sam, you know me better than most at this point. Could I have been a nun?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess you could have been the queen of the nuns.
The head nun.
That was not an available position.
Well, it is now. We could make it.
Well, maybe it wouldn't have worked out then.
I'm sorry. Did I think about that answer? No, I didn't. You could have had a secret arrangement.
You could have had some sort of secret arrangement. That was pretty common back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did have a secret arrangement. The arrangement was that he kept secrets
Oh.
from me and I pretended not to know about them.
Well, that doesn't seem very fair, does it? You could have had secrets too.
Had you ever considered talking about it?
I could not. You do not know what it was like back
Yeah,
then.
it's true.
A woman, even one such as I, was always subject to her husband.
Yeah, because she was sold off. I say sold off. I mean, pretty much. She was put into this arranged marriage, right, from like a young age, because families, status, marrying just to solidify ties between sort of powerful families, right? And so she was just really unhappy with everything, understandably so. She was like, what, 15, 16 when she got married?
I did not have a say
Sad.
in his affairs. I had to play the part.
Bring a
of
lot of
good
bad
wife
memories,
and
yeah, no, I can imagine. Like, thankfully, I have not had to experience that, but I can imagine it. It makes me sad when you hear some of the horror stories, right? And it's just done for, like, that one purpose alone, not because these people actually want to do it and they're just being pressured into it. It's sad.
You must understand, I only earned my significant power by playing the society
Yeah.
game.
Which is rough. Like, it is sad. It is sad. I know, sort of culturally speaking, that's just like the done thing, right? But it doesn't make it any less sad, especially when, like I said, not everyone is happy with this arrangement, and it can turn out like terribly. No
But
one
he
deserves
knew
that.
You were aware of his indiscretions, didn't he?
It was hard to deny when he approached me with that rotten.
Yeah, that's
thing
horrible.
between
I'm
his
sorry,
legs.
Pirate. What the hell? Oh yeah, his Ron PP.
So why not bring the issue out in the open?
He would have become angry, I am sure. Perhaps he would have beaten me and taken away the privileges I had worked so hard to earn. Perhaps it is pointless to tread over the past.
Welcome back,
again
Panda.
and again.
Hope you had a good lie down.
What has happened.
Yes.
It has been nearly 5 centuries. I should not let the past haunt me so.
That is true. Nearly 5 centuries. That's quite a long time. Let's move forward.
If I am true, Sam, I am still very angry about all the lies
I
was
see,
told.
Lothos.
I may be harboring some resentment.
If you have like your favorite ones, like I said, just put them in that community post in a comment of the ones that you enjoyed the most, like that you have seen, or if you've played them. Do let me know the best ones, and then I can take a look. Yeah, Halloween Hall, yes.
You don't say.
Okay.
You will understand when I tell you of Frankie's greatest cruelty.
Okay, it's already been pretty rough, but what's he
I will
done?
tell you that the man, for all his fighting spirit, had very weak sperm, for he could not sprout a male seed in my womb.
That seems blaming.
Hold on, are you really blaming your husband's sperm for your having girls?
Yeah, that's not how that works. Mind you, actually, they would have thought that in those days because they wouldn't have really understood just all the genetic sort of... They wouldn't have understood everything. They would have just been like, oh, it has to be her fault. It has to be... Yeah, it's someone else's fault.
It could not have been my fault.
Couldn't... Oh, how do you know? How do you know? Oh, thank you very much,
Even I know
Lothos.
it's
Thank
just
you.
like
I
a
appreciate
draw.
that.
I think you know that too.
Yeah.
Fine. Perhaps I just wanted
It's been
to
good.
insult Frankie. But I will continue.
I mean, that's fair enough. Sometimes you just gotta vent.
My first child was a girl. I could not have been more embarrassed. Or so I thought. Until I had my second child, who was also a girl.
Yeah, that would have been rough, like, because they would have wanted the first child to be a male, right? Because of the family legacy, if you will. And so having a girl would have been like, how dreadful. We don't want that. Yeah. As a noble event, yeah. We found the key. We need to tell Majin now, don't we?
I will tell you, Sam.
But yeah,
I
we're
was
just
a young
enjoying
woman
the game, Panda. We are
I did
had a
not
bit of
emerge from
yapping,
my chambers for weeks.
and now we're getting on with Signora's third session.
The next time, finally, I had a boy.
Oh yeah, Federico,
My
yeah.
Beautiful Federico. He was such a charming child. He would entertain me so with his clownish behavior.
Unfortunately, her son ended up acting like a bit of a pig as well, so he took after his father.
May I show you a picture, Sam?
Sure.
Well, sure, let's take a look.
Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? He could have been a movie star or a model today, don't you think?
Yeah, of course. I like his hat. It's very nice. What is with me and hats? Like, what is wrong? Why do I always go for
He
hats?
is the most handsome boy who ever walked this cursed earth.
I mean, I'm not going to comment on that. I mean, he looks sweet. Like, he's got rosy cheeks, healthy. You should be proud, Isabella.
Why am I asking you? What do you know of beauty?
How do you know? I can see a beautiful person when I see them. And Dromojos was right there.
Anyway, I gave
Age
all
like
of
diet
myself
soda,
to
yeah.
him, all my guidance, all my wisdom, and all of my love.
It was because of that guy's, like, rotten pee-pee.
Everyone said, you are doting on him. Give him some air. How dare they tell me my business? I am Isabella d'Este. I know what is right.
Oh!
It did not matter in the end. Frankie, in
Not
his
always right.
supreme foolishness, managed to get himself captured by the French. He ransomed himself out of prison with something more precious than all the gold in Venezia, more valuable than the Pope's seat. He sold my son, my beautiful Federico.
Dang.
Yeah.
That must have been devastating, Senora.
No worries,
I can't
Darren.
imagine
Thank you
how
so much.
painful
I'm
it
not
must
too
have
bad,
been.
thank you. How are you? Have you started traveling? As and when you do, I hope the travel goes well.
No, you cannot. for you will never be a mother to a son so beautiful, so intelligent, and so pure.
Okay.
That was not the end of my pain. It was not enough to take my son away. Not content to merely break me, the French, as always, needed to corrupt.
All right, the French are getting some flack as well. Whew. The pressure is off the Brits from being assholes in this game. The Americans getting dunked on. Now it's the French's turn. Okay, I see. Blaming. Oh no, it's not.
I've known fairly depraved people from every location on Earth.
Oh no, overgeneralization. Sorry.
Content.
There we go.
What do you mean the French always needed to corrupt?
Senora was always bringing gifts every time she visited the orphanage. Well, there we go. There we have it.
They are a debauched people. I know what they are like.
Senor, you're too smart to judge an entire group of people based on an icky sample.
I need to get in the zone. I need to lock in because I've been messing up.
Besides, we're vampires. What the hell does it mean to be French or Italian after a century? All the people that made France French back then are dead now.
I'm at my mum's now. Got the meal tonight. Ah, I see. Well, I hope that goes well.
Yes, of course I am aware. I speak out of anger.
Poor
and hurt.
Venti. Venti is my son as well.
Nothing.
Even though he's like really old.
Honest
So
hands
maybe
make
he's
for
not my
honest
son.
hearts, I like to say.
He's my
What did the
mate.
French do to your son?
They sent my sweet Federico to a den of filth, a place where chastity went to die, straight to the crossroads of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh boy.
They sent him to the Vatican.
Oh god.
The Vatican? Seems like that'd be a pretty boring place for a boy to
I
spend
don't think
time.
that would be a good time for him. Oh man.
This was Rodrigo Borgia's Vatican. It was a city of prostitutes and perverts, and he was their mayor.
Oh boy. Yeah. He could be your great grandpa. Yeah, he could be. It's true. And then, thingy, Zhongli can be my great great grandpa or something. I don't know. My great great husband. Thank you for a few hours distraction every day, all week. On Monday, I lost my adopted brother and one of us. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Lothos. Like, I'm sorry to hear. But I'm glad that I've been able to distract you with some silliness in video games. That really does mean a lot. So, thank you for being here. And I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, Cryo. It's pretty much, think Ezio Auditore, that's the time period that Isabella's from.
My poor
She could have been
Federico.
hanging around with
He was a
Ezio, we
boy
don't
at a
know.
certain age. I could not have prepared him for the temptations he encountered.
Oh god.
When he finally returned to me, he was no longer Isabella d'Este's child. He was the child of Francesco Gonzaga, an experienced whoremonger in his own right.
Oh wow. Ah.
Hold on.
Labelin'.
No longer your child? You can't think that's true. You raised that boy.
Yeah.
And there's no way he could forget you. Maybe he got up to shenanigans out there in the Vatican, but you're only hurting yourself by erasing your influence on him. Now be honest. Did he lose everything you taught him?
No. He still had
Well, he's
an
insulted,
appreciation
probably.
of art, for which he had some taste.
Okay.
And he had some political acumen, I suppose.
Okay, see? There we go.
I'm not saying you should forget what happened to your son. That would be pretty unrealistic. But give yourself some credit for the influence you had, huh?
You are kind, Sam. Thank you. But it is hard to forget the child who returned to me.
Yeah, I get that.
I am a man now, mother, he would say. I do not have to listen to you. And indeed, he did not. Which is why he died of syphilis, just like his depraved father. He did not even have the courtesy to wait until I was dead.
Oh god.
Now do you understand why I prefer the illusion of truth and beauty I try to bring to art? My mother told me when my marriage was young, Isabella, you must pretend that all is as it should be. The truth is dark, but you must maintain your own.
The cosplay place that someone asked which Genshin character you want to marry.
I hate to say it, senor.
Oh,
but your
I
mama was
see.
spouting a few should statements
I
of
dread
her
to
own.
think.
Keeping up that illusion must have been draining.
Yeah, that was rough.
That is why I tried to create my own illusions. If I depicted love
Control.
and chastity in their
Control.
ideal form, I could make that illusion come true.
Well, Senora, if anyone were strong enough to change the world's morality, it might be you. But I think you know the truth is that you don't have that kind of control. No
You
one
can't.
does.
Then why am I here, Sam? Why are any of us here? Are we here to eat, sleep, fornicate, and die?
Yeah, pretty much.
I know a few folk who might say that's why we're here. It's one of them
Me.
existential questions, ain't it?
The simply put, yes.
Here's my take,
Yes.
Senora. I think you're here to be you.
That's also a good way of putting it, yes.
I certainly hope you have something more intelligent to contribute than that.
I think that is fairly intelligent. It might not be on the level of intellect that you're wanting, but I think it is a nice sentiment. I think that's good. Yanfei. I would say, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to talk about it. I would either say Ayato or like Neverlet. Yeah. That's smart to me.
I don't really. Here's the thing, Senora. None of us is going to change the world overnight, or even in a millennium of nights.
True.
But our being here, being ourselves, swings the pendulum in a whole bunch of unknowable ways.
That is a dark interpretation of reality. Are we truly so powerless?
Labeling. No.
Isabella sees imperfection.
Oh.
That is a dark interpretation of
Disqualifying the
reality.
positive?
Are we
No.
Isabella's
Control.
That is a
What I'm saying, Senora,
Who is control,
not that
man?
we're powerless. I'm just saying we ain't going to change the world on our own.
Signora, yeah, I do think Signora's the most reasonable. Like, I think she's got the potential to change the most. The one I'm most worried about is Edmund. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to help Edmund. I think he's funny. He's a bit of a knobhead, but that's why he's funny.
Not
I just
everyone's
don't
gonna
think.
buy what we're selling.
I don't know.
But some people are going to get it. People are still out there talking about the art you brought to the world.
Because we'd sent him off to do some recording last time. He had to record himself to sort of reignite his passion for acting. Although I don't think he really needed to reignite his passion for acting. He was doing a very, very good job of being melodramatic when sitting in this chair, but that is my opinion.
Maybe fellas like me don't know who you are. I bet that nasty pope from your time wasn't your biggest fan.
Probably not.
But you can't help but be an influence on people. Just not all people. Ain't that so?
Yeah, you can't influence everyone, but it's like there are people out there that you will be able to influence, and that's great.
I do not know if that is enough for me, Sam.
Here's what I think we should do, Senora. All them efforts of yours are always facing outward.
Yeah.
How about we spend some time on you?
What do you mean?
I mean, let's work on the things Isabella D'Este likes.
Yeah.
Forget about the rest of the world. What are you putting in your art that's for you and not for anyone else?
Sometimes you do just have to do something for yourself, right? As opposed to excluding your own, sort of ignoring your own wants and needs in the hopes of just like trying to appeal to everyone else, right?
Is it a little embarrassing?
Hush. If you must know,
Yes.
it is centaurs. I like centaurs.
Okay.
Hey, I ain't gonna judge. Sometimes I like horses better than people too.
Yes, well, they are pleasing to look at.
Does this count as being a furry? Maybe.
Now, how about this then? Why don't you pick up a brush and paint yourself up a centaur?
Yeah, make him like the hottest one ever.
I have not attempted to paint for centuries.
Well, there's no time like the present then, is there, Isabella?
This is just for you, Senora. No expectations. How's that sound?
I cannot believe I revealed this thing to you.
And it stays between us because I am a professional.
I'm glad
Sometimes.
you did. I'm a lucky fella. I get to know an Isabella D'Este no one else knows.
And no one else will know, or I will make you suffer. Capiche?
Understood.
You got a deal, Senora. I'm here to be supportive, that's all.
The same logic as you can't help everyone all the time. That's true. You're right, Lothos,
I
yes.
hope that when you come back next month, we'll be having a nice conversation about you finding your muse.
Yeah. See her picture. Oh god, I'm actually a bit scared.
Yes. Perhaps. Very well, Sam. I do not understand your ways, but I cannot deny you have a certain untamed wisdom.
Yeah, going back to what Cryo said, definitely I feel like she's got the most potential to come out of this more reformed, right? She's more open to changing her ways of thinking because she's just listening to him and thinking, actually, you know what? The way I am conducting myself, what I am saying, it does seem a little distorted when I'm having it thrown back at me, if you
I
will.
shall attempt to paint a centaur.
Yes.
This is not what I expected from
Mm.
therapy, but I shall do as you suggest.
Yeah, I mean, a creative outlet is a good way of working through some things.
I shall see you in 4 weeks then. Arrivederci, Sam.
Oh yeah, see you soon, Senora. Arrivederci.
He's trying.
Goodbye.
He's trying, Isabella, please.
Well,
Remake the
well, Samuel,
Titanic
you
drawing.
never cease to impress.
Yeah, probably.
Of course.
Centaur, yeah, apparently. He's having a great time. He's like, whoa.
Well, I don't think you're supposed to know about that, boss.
He's always listening, Sam, remember?
I am 3,000 years old, my friend. Horse people are somewhere at the very tip of my kinky iceberg. It is already forgotten.
I don't want to know. Like, no, let's not. We're moving on from this topic. Let's go.
Well, the Senora's pretty embarrassed about it, so I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself.
We've already had enough with our good friend Lord Luridus. We don't need any more, thanks.
Signor Deste is wise to put her faith in you, Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
I will gently remind you that relationships between therapists and clients are highly discouraged.
Oh yes, it is not professional.
Oh, come on, Andy. It ain't like that. Senora Deste is just...
Oh, he's teasing again.
You're messing with me.
Yeah, always, Sam.
Of course I am. Unless...
All right, you know what? I'm going downstairs. I could use a drink.
well earned, Samuel. Please, rest in peace.
We will. Oh, wow. I love it. Whoa. Those curtains were freaking out. Damn. We get to see Crimson. Maybe the Goths.
Poor Senora. That lady's holding on to a lot of anger. Reminds me of myself as a young vampire. Pretty hot in here tonight. I think I'll get some air. Maybe I can get to know Bert a little better.
Oh yeah, Bert, the kind of gargoyle-looking guy on the door, the bouncer.
Hey, Bert.
There he
How's
is.
the crowd tonight?
Yeah, we're just out. We're out. He's not a big talker though.
Same old, huh?
Mm.
So,
He's got some impressive gauges in his ear though. Holy heck. Talk about the city.
what do you think of Leipzig, Bert? Real fascinating architecture here.
See, I would I would totally hang out in a place like this. Oh god.
Hey, not everyone's into architecture. I get it.
It's a cool
So what
club,
do you do for
right?
fun here?
It's just the goth clubs.
More of a homebody, I guess. Yeah, I'm a little introverted too. Spent 90 years walking in the woods, you know. Yeah, there's nothing I like better in nature. The trees, the plants, the animals. The cities just seem so dead at night.
I just don't think he's that interested. Honestly, I picked the wrong topic. Sorry, Sam. Oh,
I
sorry.
can tell I'm interrupting. Well, nice talking to you anyway, Bert. I'm gonna head inside.
Have fun, mate.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Hey, Crimson, how's the crowd?
Hey, cowboy. Bit busy tonight, but how'd your session go?
It went well, actually. It went well, yeah.
No, I think this lady's starting to realize what she can't control.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
She's still mad as hell about it, but I think we're getting closer to acceptance.
I think so.
I know how she feels, cowboy.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasted years of my life in D.C. trying to make the world a better place.
Yep.
But it sounds like you are making progress to me. She's got time to make her peace. That's what Andy says about you vampires.
Yeah, that's true. We can take 40 years or 400, but that's up to us.
It is always up to us.
In the meantime, I'll whip something up for a hot summer night.
God, I could go for one of these right now. It looks delicious.
What's this now?
Blood margarita.
Oh,
Figured a hot-blooded desperado like you could use something cold.
yes, please. And then you eat the lime afterwards.
I'll let you get back to work and take this up to my coffin.
Does anyone else do that? Or is that just me? Like, lemon and the lime, you just eat it. And I love the sour taste that you get. It's like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Night, Sam.
I think it's fun.
Now let's see, what'll help me reflect on the night?
Don't know. Oh my god. I've just noticed the picture of Edmund that we have. I forgot he gave us an autographed photo of himself. I'm sour without... Oh, panda. No, bad. Labeling. That is labeling. Stop it. Bad. No, I like eating them. It's just... When you have it in some water, you know, like... They get the iced water with several ice cubes, the slice of lemon... Usually sparkling water, right? Drink all the water, have a crunch on the ice cubes, and then you eat the lemon. Oh, yeah, so good.
I think there's something Omar Khayyam once wrote that I can look up.
Okay,
Or I could watch Buster Keaton almost get himself killed a bunch.
let's read. Read poetry.
One of my transcendentalist friends told me about this one. I ain't too good with poetry, but this piece always stuck with me.
I'm only reading the poetry because we are going to be seeing Edmund next, so we need to feel a little bit more flowery with our vocabulary, I guess. Definitely eat the ice. Oh, I can actually go get some ice now. I won't.
Nor all thy piety
Soon.
nor wit shall lure
Do
it
it
back
soon.
to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash a word out of it. Funny how people in far-off places and times always had some similar perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Omar's right. You can't change the past. Life moves forward.
Yep.
I think that's enough for one night. Better get me some shut-eye. Got the feeling my work's gonna get harder before it gets easier.
Probably. God. Oh, God. Oh. What is it doing? The curtains are just like... Oh, there we go.
My dear Samuel, greetings. How are you feeling tonight?
Feeling pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I'm feeling a little like a horse who's about to be ridden by a big old fella.
I am not certain I comprehend your meaning.
No, I don't
Have you met
know.
a special someone, my friend?
What? No, it ain't that. I mean, I'm feeling a little on edge. Edmund's coming in.
Oh, Edmund.
Aha, our actor friend. What about him has you nervous, Sam?
Yeah, well, where do we start?
He's just a lot to deal with. I find myself a little drained after our sessions.
I like him, though. I like him. He's
Ah,
such a
yes,
freak.
Challenging the reality distortion fields of those with narcissistic tendencies
Yeah.
is taxing.
It is wild. He amuses me.
I know, but if I'm here doing this therapist thing, I should help him one way or another.
Yeah.
Ah, remember your own distortions. You are under no obligation to help Edmund. If helping him drains you, remember that you do not have to aid him.
No, it's okay to tap out, right?
Yeah, you're right.
To preserve
I
yourself.
still want to try, though.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can help him. I shall not stand in your way, then.
I shall not stand in your way then. Have you an idea of what distortions he might be exhibiting tonight?
Someone was like in my ear saying it already. They was like speaking before he even opened his mouth. Damn, scary.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Right. Edmund. Edmund, what are we doing? He was very blamey. Hey Ripley, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. Oh, Edmund. God. Why can't I take all of these? Because this man checks several boxes. Ah, control. He definitely... Always right. What else is it? Is it personalized? He doesn't have personalization. Emotional reasoning, maybe. Oh, that said beaming. Not blaming. My inability to read is now spreading. I'm sorry. Doing okay, how are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Just very warm. Ugh. And tired. So I'm going to have to get a coffee in about half an hour, I think, and we'll do the ad break and stuff for Twitch. But I didn't sleep until... What time was it? It's at 1:30. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad last night. So sweaty. And we were supposed to have a thunderstorm. So far, it's looking like we're not going to get said thunderstorm, and it is just hot, humid, and sunny, and all that kind of thing. Just gross. So I'm probably not going to be able to sleep well tonight either, unless I just pass out from the exhaustion. We'll see. Right, okay, what else am I going to take for... Nosferatu thinking. There we go. Maybe. No, labeling. He was definitely a labeler. No, control. Oh.
I think that should cover it.
We had a thunderstorm last night. I didn't hear any actual thunder. We had a little bit of rain, I think, but it wasn't enough. I do like watching thunderstorms, though. They're pretty. I definitely need this heat to go away as well. Ugh.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh my god, are we ready for Edmund? Here he comes.
Edmund, amigo, how's it hanging?
To the left and most proudly, my dear boy.
Oh no! Stop. Ew. Okay. Has Lord Lyridus just like infected everyone? I feel like there was something in the air. He's left pheromones on that chair. Everyone who sits on this now gets all the horny juice like coming through there and like in... Oh my Jesus.
Indeed, tonight
Stop it.
I sit before you victorious. Thy gentle prodding hath
Never
guided
are,
me
no,
back
yeah.
to the womb of creation.
Okay, oh yeah. Have you actually recorded yourself, Edmund?
Do I want you to spell that out for me?
The stage, good sir, the stage. For of all
Lord
the world's
Lyridus, that hot guy.
stage is where humanity is born.
The hot one. When the guy took, like, what was it? Dr. Drayton. He took off his glasses and then he became this hot guy. Because that's obviously how it works. You take off your glasses and immediately hot. But that was after he'd drunk the plasma that he is addicted to. He unleashes the beast, if you will. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type. Yeah, the Jekyll and Hyde guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that must be true. So what are you saying? You nabbed some kind of juicy roll?
Not just any role. Nay, I have been given the opportunity to once again subvert the audience's expectations.
Okay. I'd say that's good.
Though it was thy tender words that cleared the mists of doubt from my mind and reminded me that I belong to the stage, not to the audience.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Eddie.
Yeah,
Tell me
exactly,
all about
Vala.
what's been going on.
It's just like Supergirl, Superman, they just put them on. Wow, it's a completely different person. I just can't tell the difference. Like, there's just no way. There's no way.
Do you remember the advice you gave me when last we met?
Yes.
I told you to film yourself doing some acting, right?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I did as you suggested. I set up a camera, and for no one but myself, I became the Dane.
Take off the glasses and slick back the hair. Yeah, let the hair down. Oh, yeah, that's it. Because you have to have the hair up in a bun or something and have like the super serious glasses. And of course, when they come off and you let it down, you shake your hair like, oh, Baywatch. You know what I mean? And you're just thinking, it's the same damn person. Like, no one is fooled by this. How is anyone fooled by this? I don't know. Anyway, ranting. Stop.
Marmaduke?
I'm getting dramatic. It's this man's fault. I'm blaming.
Hamlet, my dear boy, Hamlet. I watched the great Edmund Kean inhabit the bard's greatest role once again, and in him I saw humanity.
I wish people had the same effect when I took the glasses.
It was akin to pornography, albeit far more revealing.
Oh.
That Edmund Kean, I told myself, he and only he could produce something so beautiful.
Is that always right? That has to be. No.
Edmund's belief that he is the center of the world is persistent,
Oh,
isn't it?
personalization, sorry.
Wait just a minute there, Eddie. You're an incredible actor.
God,
Everyone
I
agrees
was
on
thinking that. I was like, I bet
But
it's
a big
personalization,
world
but
out
I
there,
clicked
and
it.
Everyone's got their own experiences.
Mm-hmm.
We all got capacity to do incredible things. It's a combination of luck, perseverance, and being in the right place at the right time.
Oh, Sam, why are you hitting me hard there, buddy? Yeah, true.
You ain't a great actor because you're Edmund Kean. You're a great actor because of the things that made you Edmund Kean.
Yeah. At least I can say I have perseverance in abundance. I will give myself that credit.
You toy with the fates and flirt with pedantry, my dear boy. Oh, it is oft said that an infinite number of monkeys with an infinite number of typewriters at infinite time could produce all the works of Shakespeare.
Not me.
But such a thing is infinitely unlikely.
Everyone's been called out. Or some of you have been called out now, some of you have been called out earlier.
If you will, permit me
Maybe
to
later.
continue. To watch myself act without an audience was simply rapturous.
Okay.
I am not ashamed to admit that I did weep. I wept for the stage, that I deprived it of my greatness on account of my own misplaced dread.
You should give yourself a lot of pat. Yeah, exactly. Everyone needs to pat themselves on the back occasionally, right? It's just don't let that consume you. In the case of this man, who pats himself on the back quite frequently.
I have been a cream-faced loon, a devout coward, and most religious in it. Why should Edmund Keene fear any audience?
Yes. But you're also not above criticism. Oh god. Am I messing him up more?
You spoke truly.
Don't
Edmund
you-
Keene bared his chest
Oh, I am.
to all the slings and arrows of an unappreciative audience and was somehow surprised when they hit their mark. The Edmund Keene that you see before you is armored in love of the craft that no arrow may penetrate, and so casts aside the cloak of cowardice.
Yeah, screw those haters, right?
To think, I feared mortal directors. I feared the audition and the criticism that would come afterward. I feared the cast list, bereft of Edmund Keene.
Yeah, okay. Katrina.
But to you I give thanks. For can a mortal director know my brilliance? Nay.
Excuse me.
They're
Oh
all
god.
clay-brained guts and mouldy rogues. Their disrespect for the craft makes fools of them.
I should have picked labeling because I've been like, I've messed this man up. Oh god, why am I enabling him?
I know in my damned soul that the stage is worse off without Edmund Keene, and nothing any mortal director
Hey,
can
Rebecca,
say will
welcome in.
disabuse me of this. Ergo, I did ask myself, Edmund, what is an audition? Is it a trial to overcome? Is a director a god dispensing holy judgment? And I replied, Edmund, do not ask such foolish questions, the answers to which thou knowest well. An audition, my dear boy, is not an opportunity, but an invitation to display the craft before another.
Yeah. Yes.
So I told myself, why not act, dear boy? And so I did.
So you did.
Start wearing glasses so you can
That's
say the
great.
whole thing.
Did you have fun with it?
You speak so simply, my friend. Fun does not adequately describe the feeling one has when the muse takes over.
I've told you about my audition experiences. Oi. I still think about them. Like, I think about it all the time in terms of, like, what I could do better next time around. But yeah, it's quite daunting. Still an ask, yeah.
It is transcendence, an affirmation of purpose, to condense humanity within oneself, if only for a moment. It is an orgasmic experience.
But the thing is, you have to remember that you're not going to be able to sort of impress everyone. Like, one person might not like it. As long as you sort of pick yourself up and then try again with someone else, maybe they might appreciate what you're bringing to the table more than someone.
That sounds intense, Eddie. Having an orgasm in front of someone else is pretty brave.
Oh god, did Lord Luridus sit on that seat as well? I don't know. It's just everything, man.
But it is freeing. A true actor hides nothing.
Sometimes you need to hide some things, I
The
think.
director, she told me she had never witnessed such a thing in all her years, few as they were. I am certain that she thought to herself, is this Dionysus reborn? Why have the fates graced mine eyes with such depth of the human spirit?
Well, that seems like, oh god, what was that fallacy that I have not picked because I just didn't pick it. Oh god, Edmund. It is. Mind reading. Why didn't I understand mind reading? I just completely forgot. It's like an easy phrase to remember, but I just didn't remember it. Yeah, mind reading.
This time, my friend,
Rusty
I didn't have to
spoons.
wait for
Oh,
a
God.
cast list at all. You are looking at a leading man once more.
Cool, Edmund. Good job.
Hey, congratulations, Eddie. That's great. See, I knew you'd get your mojo back if you remembered what made you love the stage in the first place.
For this, I am eternally grateful, and indeed, I do have an eternity to be grateful.
It is true. He does indeed.
Now I can already hear the calls resounding through the theatre. Keen, 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 give us Keen!
You may want to pick a different name.
Nonsense! They will say Edmund Keen has returned, and be none the wiser as to the accuracy of their statement.
I didn't see the others, but why is the therapist a cowboy? Because he is a vampire who was a cowboy in his previous life, and he's come to Europe to to help his pen pal, or like email pal, really, that the daddy guy, Andromachos, to guide these vampires through their issues, of which they have many, particularly Edmund, but he's probably the most exhausting of the four that we talk to. And so yeah, he just decided, I don't want to be an outlaw anymore. I'm going to help some other people. And so he turned over a new leaf. Draw my horse. No.
So what's the big role, Eddie?
Okay.
Ah, we get to the meat of it. Unto the very sinew at last. They say that every story is a circle, that we return whence we came. So it is with me.
Okay.
'Twas tragedy that made me, tragedy that formed me, tragedy that raised me to glory, and tragedy that shall do so once more. I shall play the part
No worries.
of Piero.
Yeah.
Piero, the clown who cried. Piero, the mask of the tragedy that is life.
Oh, okay.
I ain't familiar.
I believe you are, though you know a far inferior version, the one made famous by that ludicrous creature Grimaldi.
Grimaldi who?
Splud, my dear boy. Do you know nothing of late 18th century English theatre?
No.
They must have skipped that subject in frontier school.
Grimaldi was the other influential actor in London. But whereas I drew out the soul and laid it bare.
Oh, he's getting angry. Oh, boy.
Grimaldi, in comparison, was a clown, a jester, a funny man.
Who better to be a therapist than a vampire? He would have been around for ages. Exactly, that's the whole thing, because Andromachos has been around since, like, well, before Christ, right? So he's had several thousand years of experience.
Grimaldi was an artist, like myself. But where my canvas was the soul, his was the latrine.
Oh.
When I strode upon the stage, my audience saw all the acts of life play out, in all their woe and joy. Oh, but Joey Grimaldi,
But hey, it would be
the
rough,
great
wouldn't it?
clown himself, could create bottom noises with his armpit.
Oh. Cool.
Yet whose name was on the lips of the adoring public? Not Keen's, no. Not the bard's emissary.
I think, I mean, you'd have more time to get things achieved, right? You wouldn't have the pressure of being like, oh, shoot, I'm going to say a should statement, but oh, shoot, I should have got this done by this age, right? You wouldn't have that pressure. It would be quite nice, but it would be also a bit sad, especially if you're surrounded by people that aren't long-lived, right? And seeing them all die would be pretty sad. It's hard enough as it is living a normal life. True. I just think I would like more time. I would like more time to make up for the bits that I didn't have in the past, right? I would love to have those years back. I can't obviously get those years back, but I would like the 10 or so years that I just didn't manage to achieve anything in. I know, right?
Farting clown, they cried. Give us Grimaldi.
The farting clown, Jesus Christ.
So you see, my dear boy, for me to play the tragic clown Piero, this is my opportunity to take what Grimaldi stole from me.
Armpit noises of my... Oh. Oh God.
What did he steal?
You're nasty. Is
He stole my audience.
blaming?
Eddie, from what you've told me, I don't think you and this Grimaldi fella had the same audience.
No, I don't think so. It's like, dude, do you really want an audience who laughs at fart jokes? I don't know. He doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy who's like, yes, I want to have my audience, my public filled to the brim with all of the fart jokes and all the crude toilet humor. So funny. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Nobody Wants to Die has a system. In a place like that, people can die and get another body. Oh, yeah, I do like... I love the sort of the sci-fi books that deal with things like that. I think that's kind of cool. Those themes. Because it is quite dystopian, but I do like it.
I don't think anyone showing up for a fart and clown show and getting Edmund Keene is going to be too happy. And it'd have nothing to do with you.
No, it's just... You're appealing to different... You need to find that audience that you want to go for, man. Like, why do you need to have the fart joke enjoyers? Yeah, Altered Carbon. That was a good one. I liked that book.
But if Grimaldi had not peddled his base filth, my audience would not have waned when it did. They would have been mine.
Blaming again.
Eddie, I think you're blaming Grimaldi for something that wasn't in his control.
Yeah.
Was Grimaldi really trying to steal your audience? Or was he just selling something they were buying?
Yeah.
Of course he was jealous. Why would he not be? If I were a middling actor and saw a young genius rising in the ranks of the Thespian Order,
Yeah, it was good,
I
yeah.
would be much afeard of him.
Personalization?
Maybe Grimaldi was doing his own thing because he liked doing it.
Yeah.
Which is just what I've been encouraging you to do.
Tilly-fally. I said he was a clown, not lacking eyes and ears. Of course he was threatened by me.
That seems like some mind reading there.
But you said yourself that he had his own style that wasn't anything like yours.
Yeah.
He was a thief and a fool. If not for his cheap entertainment,
Labeling.
I would have had the whole of London hanging on my every word.
God, okay, bro.
And if the sun didn't shine, we could go out during the day. Come on, Eddie, the world ain't waiting on you. Grimaldi had his audience and you had yours.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
Perhaps, though I weep bitter tears to think the people so base. And I weep for myself, my dear boy.
Okay. That's like horror movie actors trying to claim scary movie style. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't think he wants everyone to like him or like praise him rather. Like he wants to appeal to everyone, but not everyone is gonna like him. And streamers can sort of think about this as well. I am included in this statement. Putting it out there, yes. Because you aren't going to appeal to everyone. Like, everyone has their own taste for, like, what they enjoy in terms of comedy, for example. Or maybe they just don't like the kind of thing that you're doing. If you are more inclined to, say, some of the more traditional kinds of theatre, you know, like old school theatre, as opposed to something a little bit more modern, then obviously the modern actors are not going to be appealing to the audiences of those who are just only watching that one sort of traditional style, if you will. You know what? You know where I'm coming from. I'm explaining this badly. My brain is chugging along. I need that coffee soon.
The riches and fame he received should have been mine. And would
blaming.
have been, had the fates not cursed me with his birth.
Blaming. But it's not though,
Watch
is
out,
it?
Samuel. I think you're losing him. Edmund
Oh,
Keene cannot
personalization,
see
sorry.
the rich-
The fates cursed you with Grimaldi's birth? I
Sorry.
don't think baby Grimaldi was thinking too much about you, my friend.
Bro, he didn't even know you existed. Like, these people...
Well, no, he wasn't. He was 11 years my senior.
You didn't even exist. Never mind.
So maybe he was cursed with your birth then.
Yeah, exactly. There.
You delight in making me play the part of the fool, don't you?
I think you did that job yourself, brother.
The point I'm trying to make is that making things about Grimaldi versus Keene ain't doing you any favors.
Focus on Edmund Keene as opposed to this other guy. Fuck that guy.
There is some truth in your words. Why should I lower myself to his level? I am no flatulent jester. I am Edmund Keene. And mark my words, my boy. I shall cast Joseph Grimaldi from the Thespian Order. When I play Piero the Clown, Wikipedia shall forget
Control.
all about that fool.
Just a sec there, Eddie. I'm afraid you don't have the power to make Wikipedia forget about anything.
Yeah. The internet never forgets.
I mean, I can barely figure out how to use the damn thing. They get stuff wrong all the time, just like any history book. Can't stop that.
It's also because like random people control and like edit the the descriptions. Oh god.
May they be thrice damned then. Perhaps I shall simply become so rich and powerful that I shall buy it.
Okay.
Wikipedia's free.
This is most fortuitous. I can purchase it immediately.
Eddie, I'm saying you can't control Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And it ain't a good use of your efforts.
It's a waste of energy.
The best thing you can do is focus on you, okay? That you can control.
Of course, you are correct. The force of my performance alone shall redefine the role of the clown.
Okay.
You see, my dear boy, I have already calculated my triumphant return to the stage.
Oh yeah?
Every move, every word, every expression shall be unassailable.
Always right.
Edmund Keene is never wrong about matters of character.
I'm glad to hear your confidence, Eddie, but I just want to give you a word or two of caution. Acting's all about humanity, not just Eddie Keene, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't give yourself a little room to bend, your audience might not see themselves in you.
Appeal to the audience. Appeal to their nature. It's not just about you. They might not have the same experiences that you have had.
Ha! Let them dream their filthy little dreams. If my body is that which draws them in before I spring the theatrical trap, I care not.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that you're drawing some hard boundaries acting-wise. Giving yourself some middle ground ain't a bad thing.
I know you play your part, therapist, as I must play mine. I have heard your cautions. They need not be repeated.
Okay, we'll see about that.
Indeed, I doubt our meetings will be necessary any longer.
I don't know.
I must confess to some strong misgivings about you, therapist. There are times when we speak that I feel exposed, diminutive, and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that you are trying to hurt me.
That is some mind reading.
Regardless, opening night is a month from now. I doubt you shall see me again, for I shall not need your services.
Oh, I've peed him off. Edmund! Oh
The
no.
public thought they knew what a clown was.
Okay.
In a month's time, they will forget Grimaldi and Bozo, and only Keene's clown will remain. Therefore, why shall I need you? When I have the public's love that I am due, what need will I have for a therapist?
Made people believe stupid shit when I was young. I changed it. Oh no. But then that's the problem. I think, haven't they cracked down on that though? They've cracked down on all this sort of behavior because it was becoming a problem. Like they would edit things for like famous people and said, oh yeah, this is what happened. And it's like, that's not what happened. Because also, like, certain demographics on the internet got hold of it and they could just mess around with things and just troll, you know, because it amused them, right? You'll need me to help you handle all that fame. Oh god, I'm feeding into this.
You might need me to handle all that fame. That ain't healthy for anyone, least of all a vampire.
Nonsense. You forget, dear boy, that I was raised as the darling of the public.
I would hope. I think they did. I think they did. Because you have to have had. I think you have to have had an account for a certain amount of time, like verified at least, before you could even do anything. But before it was just like any old person on the internet could just change it.
For you, Eddie?
I seem to remember reading something about it.
Of course it was.
Was it? I don't know.
Loved by so many, 'tis like a drug, but with no ill effects whatsoever.
I think the Disney child actors would beg to differ with that one. They've struggled.
Seems to me the whole Cupid thing wasn't all that great for you, Eddie.
It was not.
Ah, but the adoration was not the cause of my discomfort, only the nappy. Do you have any final words of wisdom for me then, dear boy?
Bro.
Theatre has lost its popularity because of my absence. When the public takes notice of Edmund Keene once again, how might I prepare myself?
Control. No, always right.
Edmund believes the world is
Oh no, personalization! Personalization,
I just
sorry.
want to remind you, Eddie, that But even if you give the greatest performance of all time, people ain't waiting for you.
Yeah.
Think about how you felt when you were acting for yourself and not for the audience. Your most important audience member is you, compadre.
It's true.
Ever the nemesis of mirth art thou, Sam Walls. But there is a little wisdom in what you speak. I shall remember Edmund Kean. I suppose then that this is goodbye, dear boy.
God.
You sure you don't want me to keep your session slot open for next month?
There is no need. As you are so eager to help others, please do so. And worry not for Edmund Kean.
Oh, God.
Tell you what, I'll keep it open just this once. I'll take the night off if you don't show up. Sound good?
Then I beg you enjoy a night of simple peace. You shall not see me.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
I give you thanks. And please, send me a V-mail. I shall arrange theatre tickets for you if you are ever in London.
Okay.
I'll do that, Eddie. You take care of yourself, you hear?
I shall be Edmund Kean's greatest advocate. Farewell, therapist. May fortune favor you as it has me.
Adios, Eddie.
Oh, boy.
Samuel, it seems you are down one client.
Yeah, I messed up. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess so. If he thinks he doesn't need me, I guess I'm doing something right.
You can't fix everyone.
You are unsure.
I don't know, Andy. I think that fella's got some more work to do, but he ain't ready to do it yet.
Yeah. I don't know if he ever will be ready. He was always going to be the problem one.
I believe you are correct, Samuel. I did warn you that this was likely to happen with our dear Edmund Kean.
Yeah, you did. He was right. He had said at the very beginning before we met Eddie that some clients just can't be helped. And I was like, I was confident. I was like, no, I can do it. I believe in myself. I 100% can fix this man. And yeah, no, there was no fixing that man.
Do not consider it a failure. Remember, we are all on our own journeys.
True.
And some of us need a little extra time to reach the next stage of that journey.
Yep.
Or in my case, a few thousand years. We cannot control the mind of any other.
Yeah, I suppose that's the way it's gotta be.
Go downstairs and have a drink to fate's whimsical turns.
Honestly,
It is that which we cannot control that makes the world so rich and interesting.
definitely use a drink.
All right, Andy, that
That was a
sounds good right
rough
now.
session. My goodness.
Go then, my friend. The night awaits. Rest in peace.
Thank you. God, these these curtains just like freaking out, just jerking and being strange. Some of us can't be fixed. Excuse me, Panda.
Well, that was a weird one.
Doesn't mean that you shouldn't try,
Half the time I can't make
but it has to
heads or
come
tails
from
of what
within.
that
And I don't
fella's
think
saying.
Eddie was able to. He wasn't. I don't think he was willing to do that work to fix himself.
I'll go check in with Crimson
Unlike
and see if she's
Isabella,
got
who
any
absolutely
wisdom to
is.
share.
Okay, Crimson.
How we doing tonight, Crimson?
We're vibing.
The drinks are flowing and the blood's
Like me,
pumping. Can't ask for more than that. How are you, Sam?
Well, I had my first
I
client
believe
graduate.
in
They quit
people,
therapy today.
but obviously it has to come from within. And only you can do that. Only you lot can do that. It's a nice looking nightclub. I know, right? I would hang out here and just have a good time. It seems amazing. Why fix and breaking things is so much more fun. I didn't really want to break that man more. If he's doing a good job of breaking himself, I just didn't want to contribute to that.
Congratulations, cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
Helped a vampire see the light, huh? How do you feel about it?
Poorly.
I swear this fella's just doubling down on the stuff that's making him unbalanced.
Yeah. I'm going to be realistic. Like,
He thinks he's gonna make the whole world admire him. I'm afraid he ain't nearly born enough for mass appeal.
That's true. God.
Sorry to hear it, Sam. I'm sure he must have gotten something out of talking to you, though.
Yeah, probably.
Well, even if not everyone loves what he's doing, at least he's doing what he loves.
True.
Hey, I'd call that a win, cowboy. Not everyone gets to do what they love.
Oh, unfortunately.
Sounds like you got some feelings about that.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on a big, dark secret.
Oh.
Maybe even darker than the fact that I drink blood.
I'll hold it with high honor, Crimson.
I liked being a lawyer.
Oh. It was so shocking a detail that she had to cut off her words mid-sentence.
Oh, right. That is dark.
That was a juicy secret. That's too much of it. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, there is no way.
Oh, shut up. I was good, Sam. I fought the good fight.
Okay.
And I knew case law like the back of my hand.
No shame in that, Crimson.
The law just moved too slowly for me in the end, and getting cancer made it seem meaningless.
That's fair.
Now, I love this place, and I love Andy, but I know I wasn't born to bartend.
I get that.
Couldn't you practice law in Germany?
You try learning German and tell me how it goes, Desperado.
Oh, God, yeah. Some of the German words in law. Could you imagine how long those would be? Crazy. And have a soul. Ah.
Oh, come on. It ain't that hard. I've picked up some German already. Ich spreche Deutsch good.
Nice. He's learning. Yay.
Hold me, Maxie. The cowboy is being once again too
Oh,
cute.
no.
I believe I shall burst.
God, oh, Jesus. I'd forgotten about them. The IT people come in here to let loose at the goth club with the vampires.
Cowboy, come with us and we will teach you how to speak sehr good Deutsch.
Jesus. We're going to the kink room.
I think I hear my dinner calling. I'll talk to you later.
Ripley's
Nancy.
been called out now. It's okay. We can collect all the souls, Ripley. It's fine.
Be gentle with him, you two.
Not that I have a soul either. I mean,
Now
I'm not
we
a
will teach you
redhead,
the
but
German that is most important for you to know.
I still don't have a soul. I just stole them. In my nails, apparently, according to Majin.
It is important to ask politely when you wish to drink from someone's neck.
Okay.
Tell them, your neck is beautiful. May I drink from it?
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Now ask Reinhard if he will let you drink from his neck.
Oh.
It is very important to get the declensions correct in German.
I just say I can. Oh, jeez. Which is the funniest one we can do? This one.
Don Halls is Wanderschön. Dart ich von ihn trinken?
He's trying, all right. He's trying. Good one. Good job, Sam.
Oh, meine Ohren.
Yeah, it's a dark secret. Shh. It's our secret. We can't be revealing all of
You
these,
have made
right?
my boyfriend sad, cowboy. Now you must drink from his neck to make him feel better.
Oh no. Okay. I can do that. If the minigame loads.
Oh, Maxie. Now I'm feeling very disoriented and euphoric. Oh, so I've done many club drugs.
I think actually this minigame, I'm like pretty good at it.
I will take you home, Knutkugel. Now what do you say, cowboy?
Dankeschön.
Oh, Dankeschön.
Trying. We've all been there. Like, learning languages is tough.
Dankeschön, sexy. We must practice together, so
Okay, we can do that.
I must take this hot little man home now. Tschüss, tschüss.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, see you later, you two. Well, it's about time for
Illuminati, yeah. Okay, yeah, shut eye. Oh god, the curtains, the freaky curtains, the juddery curtains. Ray being good at a minigame about biting necks. Yeah, I know. I'm just flexing my skills, alright? I only made a mistake once because I was laughing too much.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing your elder vampire tonight.
Oh, Medi. We are indeed. Now, I think I should go get a coffee because I'm a little bit tired, as I've said already. A little bit tired, so I will go do the ad break for Twitch. Make sure you stretch your legs, go get snacks, drinks, whatever, stay cool. And I might get some ice as well to crunch on because why not? I don't know. Anyway. 3 minutes and I shall return. Yeah, get some ice. I will go get that ice. 3 minutes, folks, and I'll be back very, very soon. Alright. Ice crunch ASMR. Not quite ice crunching. I've got two different types of coffee. I have my hot one, and then I also got iced. And then I've got ice cubes to crunch afterwards. Stay cool. Yes. Right. Let me just have a sip. Not sure I trust any of these near my neck. They're a bit broken to be trustworthy. That's true. 2 coffees, yeah. Like I said, I'm freaking tired. I hate the heat. Oh, I hate the heat so much. So I'm just trying to keep myself awake, and then I'll just pass out later. Ah. Nice. Speaking of nails, we were talking about nail polish, right? I got the Avon delivery today. And so I've got like this new purple one. It's really pretty. And I'm thinking it's actually a really good match with the current colors on my VTuber body, if you will. So I'm wanting to get some others that also match, so I can paint my nails for when we do hand cams, and so it's committing to the bit, if you will. So I get like a red, a blue, like a pale pastel blue, a pastel green, and a pastel yellow, along with this pastel purple that I have. And yeah, I think it would look really cool for like hand cams, because then it's just like I'm committing to the character, if you will. That's my plan. So I'm gonna look into getting some as and when we go to town. Whenever, the next time we go to town, I think I'll have a look. Would let that horse, man. Yeah. What, the cowboy? Or do you mean Andromachos? I mean, he can... They all can. I'd probably even let Edmund. Actually, no, I would let Edmund, but that's because I have problems too. Shall we move on?
That's right. I hope she's making some progress. Well, the world sure did a number on that lady.
The second one, I mean, the two on the screen right now, yes, 100%. And Edmund, yes. It's a red flag, and I'm running straight at it.
I am hopeful. One does not live so long without being very resilient.
I do like the color red.
I have had a number of near-final death incidents myself, and I had been trained to fight since childhood.
Okay.
That's true. She's clearly got a few tricks up her sleeve.
Right.
I don't even know how she plays them 3D video games.
God, what did we say that we had to do? What was Medi's task that she had to go away and work on for the next session? I can't remember. Because we told her to leave the house and she didn't like that very much. But I don't know what we had. Oh, I can't remember.
Based on her last session, you probably have some idea of her current concerns. Would you like to prepare your distortions?
Yeah, I guess I better do that. Now, let's see.
Oh, boy. She was a should statement girl. A should statement. I think emotional reasoning as well. She did like to label people because, well, actually, I guess that was technically in the overgeneralization. A mind reading. Can't always like what your therapist says. That's true. Don't, no, exactly. No. They're there to sort of help you challenge like what you're thinking. So you might not always agree with them, right? But there might be some truth in what they're saying. Or you could just choose to ignore it. Like, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's just like you don't have to sort of agree with everything. They're there to give you the tools to help you find your path, right? Help you reassess the situation, maybe see an alternative angle, and it's up to you to make those changes. Like, they're not going to magically sort of fix you. God, I don't know what else. Blaming. Does she blame? Not. I think labeling.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I've got what I need.
Probably not. Like I said, I wish I had all of these Like the entire list. I needed those for Edmund because I could have called him out several times.
Very good, Samuel. I shall leave you. I believe I hear the flapping of ancient wings.
Ancient wings. Here she comes.
Greetings, my most favorite mouse.
Oh yeah, she calls this guy a mouse because I don't know. Because of his facial hair and it looks like whiskers, and so she wants to call him Mouse, dress him up in a onesie and feed him some cheese. It's a bit weird. But she looks like Mickey. As soon as I saw her, I was like, oh my god, it is actually Mickey. Or Michaela from Dead by Daylight, which is also Mickey. But they could be related. They're all siblings.
Good to see you. Baby. How's this month been for you?
I like her nail polish as well. Like, her nail polish is cool.
Oh, it's been ever so tiring. My Glitch channel hit 100.
Oh yeah, she streams on Glitch.
And they are all very hungry for content.
She is a streamer. She likes to play Overcharge 2 and Pension Impact.
What do you mean by content? Is it like making a TV show?
It is actually, yeah, because you're having to think about all of the behind the scenes stuff. Like you do the audio balancing, the like all of the technical side of things. You're doing the writing. So if you're doing YouTube videos, you may be doing scripting, so writing. You're planning what is going to happen, when it's going to happen, so the producing of it, as well as being the presenter and being the face of said TV show as well. On Glitch, yeah, it's so good.
No, silly mouse. Do you know how we're hungry for blood all the time?
The TikTok kids.
Mortals are like that too, but for content.
Yeah. She 100% puts TikToks out.
And it's constantly putting up new things on the internet. If they don't get content, they get frightfully bored.
Yep.
I can see why that'd be exhausting.
It's alright, silly cowboy. It can be very nice. They're always very excited to see me. And they give me ever so much money.
She's like the biggest e-girl of them all.
Well, sounds to me like you can afford to take a break, huh? Did you take that day off like you promised?
Oh yeah, it was the day off. Yeah, that was it. She had to promise that she wasn't going to overwork herself because she was always like, oh, my followers expect me to produce content like 24/7 all the time. I should be doing it because otherwise I'm letting them down, that kind of thing. Something that I can relate to. I think a lot of content creators relate to that in many ways. So whenever Medi appears, I feel like I'm being called out somewhat. But yes, she had to take a day off and not feel bad about it. And that's the key, not feeling bad about it. It's like having a day off, fine, but don't feel that guilt because you need to rest too so that you can perform to the best of your ability.
I did. I didn't like it very much.
Oh yeah, why? Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maddie. What was bad about it?
It was very quiet. It's just me, alone, with no one to talk to but the voices in my head. And those voices are very unkind.
Okay. All right, game. I see what's happening here. Get out of my head. I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
What do they say?
You are worthless. You will never get anywhere. You should be doing this. Everyone's going to abandon you if you take a day off. Blah, 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 blah.
They say, Medi, you're being a very naughty vampire. You should respond to your zealots. You should be planning your content.
I was close. Should statements.
Well, heck, Medi. Who the hell do them voices in your head think they are? Telling you what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, they are. You're right, Lothos. They're not very nice. Need to beat those brain worms.
Them shoulds don't mean anything at all. And it ain't nice of them at all to be pressuring you.
It could certainly be a lot kinder.
Yeah.
I already know that I should be preparing my content and answering my zealots. They don't need to be rude about it.
She also has something called Only Zealots. And I think you can work out what that is referring to. So she makes a lot of money from that too. I think it was feet pictures. Because of course it was.
Well, maybe they were being rude because they know they're full of horse shit, huh? Ain't no shoulds but the ones we make up.
Mm-hmm.
Silly cowboy. You don't know anything at all about the internet.
I mean, he doesn't, but he's making a good point.
Yeah, I gotta confess, I got almost no idea what you're talking about. I didn't get much past female.
I don't know what I'd do without the internet. I'd probably be a pile of ashes.
Vampire feet pics, yeah.
Desiccated, bloodless corpse.
It seems to me that Medi needs to find some purpose outside of the content. Like, she needs to have something other, like a hobby or something away from the screen. And again, something that can apply to a lot of content creators, right? Because if you're living online 24/7 and then you suddenly can't do that, like what do you do then? You feel like your whole self-worth is tied to this online presence, right? You need to have something that's grounding you in the outside world as well.
I gotta ask, how'd you get so good at all this internet stuff anyway? I can't keep up with all this modern technology.
That's me just getting up on my soapbox and I'm preaching to the masses, if you will.
I didn't need the internet very much. I used to live in the wilds where no one knew to look for me. If any silly mortals came to visit me, I would eat them.
Yeah.
And if no one came to visit, I could go hunting for them on my own.
So she was sold as a young girl to a different clans person, or she was supposed to be, but she didn't like this guy. Like, again, it was sort of arranged for her between tribes. Oh. I saw that, OBS. Are we okay? Are we doing all right before I continue pressing anything and chatting? I just want to make sure. It flashed up red and it was making me nervous again. Hopefully it settles down. That was not fun. But yes, this was like thousands of streamers were good. Okay, thanks, Vala. Thank you. She ended up having a boyfriend who was a vampire, and he was the one who turned her. And they killed, like, the guy that she was supposed to be with, right?
No, there aren't any wilds.
Gave her a way out.
Motorways.
Nice, Rebecca.
Machines. Now there are suburbs and...
Because the vampire gave her... I is having a bad time, and yeah. Oh boy. Are we good? You hear me? Okay, cool. Because, oh god, my Twitch dashboard is saying that there is no bitrate, which isn't true because I just did a speed test and I have more than enough download and upload, right? So, I don't like the look of that. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize. Where the fuck? Oh god, where's the game? Yeah. We're back. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what is going on with it at the moment, and I'm concerned. So I'm gonna keep monitoring this because I don't want a repeat of last year. That was very problematic. Hey Ariel, welcome in. Game is black screen. Yeah, no, it's because it was loading up. I was just double checking because if I tab out, the game doesn't load for whatever reason. I did, yeah, no, it's in the iced coffee. Right, I did manage to save this. Got heat stroke, yeah, probably, I don't know. Thanks for the, yes, the hydrate and for the stretch. Yes, make sure that you do that. Okay. So, we left off. Did you lot see the fact that Medi was talking about how she doesn't like it? There aren't any wilds, there's motorways and machines. She was talking about modern day life, right? I didn't click anything else. I was like, oh god, I need to save just in case I need to restart my PC or whatnot. Thanks for the love, thank you. Again, I really apologize. That was unfortunate.
So what did you do when the wilds went away?
I moved into the city, but I never liked it very much. People were very upset at me for being able to come out only at night.
Right.
They started to whisper that I was a witch. I know what mortals like to do to witches.
Yeah.
Pop goes the eyeball.
Oh yeah, she has one eye because of
Oh, right, yeah.
she was branded a witch,
Funny. So, how'd you manage?
and so she lost an eye.
Well, I found out I could get mortals to do things for me. In exchange for a peek at my naughty bits, and for their miserable little insect lives, they would clean up after all my messes.
Yeah.
Realized that mortals only ever wanted one of two things from me: to kill me, or to do sexual things with me. As long as they think they can have a chance of sexual things, I can control them.
Is that mind reading though? Because it's like she doesn't know what everyone wants, right? Lothos, thank you very much for that check-in. Here on Twitch as well. Thank you.
I think you're shooting.
Yeah,
fish
it
in a
was
real small barrel
nice.
there, miss. You're judging mortals based on your experience, but there are about 8 billion of them out there.
Raw. Very judgy.
There are mortals who hate killing and hate
And thanks
sex
for that as well,
and don't even
Darren.
care
Good.
about either of those things.
Glad
Some
we're
of them just wanna
okay.
watch TV and they're
I'm
happy
back
with
in.
that.
Those are even more disgusting.
Again, sorry
because
for
they
the
are cowards and liars.
interruptions. There's some terrible reception in Surrey. That was not you, man. It was me. That was me. I had some issues. So I had to restart stream. So again, I'm sorry. The VOD will be in 2 parts on YouTube. So, sorry. Did I get kicked again? No, it was down for a good couple of minutes for whatever reason. Which was annoying. So I hope it just stops and behaves now.
Insects. Do you know why, little mouse?
Oh, why don't you tell me?
Insects never lie. They kill.
Oh, okay.
they eat,
Well, no, I
and
had
make
a complete
Sometimes
down
they
at
eat
one
their
point.
babies. They don't pretend to be intelligent and chivalrous.
So I was
They
gone
just
for
are.
probably about 5 minutes in total.
They
because of
never
issues.
surprise me. That's why I don't let mortals surprise me either. If they were honest, they would eat their babies too.
Well,
Ah.
that conversation took a kind of dark turn.
Yeah, what the hell?
But I think I get what you mean about not letting mortals surprise you. You're protecting yourself, and that's a sensible thing to do.
Yep.
That being said, you seem pretty convinced that danger is a sure thing.
That's right. If I let myself feel safe, that's when they'll come for me.
That's mind reading. Or is it emotional reasoning? No. No.
I know the vampire-phobic persecution Medi has faced, but
That's right.
I think you might have that in reverse, miss, if you don't mind my saying
I
so.
should have just clicked it. I thought it was that, and then I doubted it regardless. God damn it, man.
Your being on the defense assumes that mortals are always going to be on the attack. But they ain't always going to go for it, not even on 4th down.
What is fourth down? Is that a
Crunching
place where
ice.
mortals go before they die?
It's a place they try to avoid if they want to make the playoffs.
I think you are strange as I am. I like you.
I mean, we are pretty strange. She does like us, but
I like you too,
oh
Medi.
boy.
I'm just saying, you're right to protect yourself.
Ice crunch.
Don't assume everyone's on the attack because of it.
That was the fan service for today. You're welcome. We're back. Yeah, we're back. Again, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell was going on.
But
Stupid
don't let me
internet.
interrupt you. You figured out
Phones,
how to get
yeah.
mortals to help you, and then
Well, my devoted little perverts were very helpful, but they had a very nasty habit of getting caught disposing of
Yeah,
bodies.
I forgot to mention this part as well about Medi. For those of you who have not seen the earlier things, her fans, right, they will do anything for her. She gets them to dispose of the bodies of the people that she's killed. Because of course she does.
Policemen would shoot them into little
Back
bloody
to
jails.
messing up vampire mice. Hey,
I don't like policemen very much.
hey. I'm doing my best, alright? I'm doing my best. I'm trying. It was just Edmund was beyond helping. I hope I get to see him again because he has made an impression on me. Nice. Let's go. You're making progress, Rebecca.
I haven't had a good track record with lawmen either.
That's true. He is an outlaw.
That's why I don't use them as my helpers. I can't trust them not to take their guns out and go, pow, pow, blam, 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 blam. Ugh, oh, I'm dying. My guts are falling out. Oh, why, policeman? Why?
Where's my cult of body disposal?
Anyway, if my blood bags died, it would mean I couldn't get a fresh supply of blood without doing very risky things. I realised that the more blood bags I had, the safer I'd be. That's why when I found out about the internet, I knew I had to get online.
She calls her fans blood bags as well.
I guess that makes some kind of sense.
That's her, yeah, her fan name. The blood bags.
Oh, it was so exciting, though.
An interesting fan name, for
All
sure.
of a sudden, I could make people do whatever I wanted without having to leave my flat at all. I had so many fans, and they would disappear, but then they would be replaced by even more. Just like insects. It was very easy back then. All you had to do was say you were a girl and the grabby little grubs would come out of their holes. Ah, we want vaginas.
That's quite the crude way of putting it, but yes. Oh my god. I love the fun name. It's funny. It is very appropriate. I like that. But I was surprised when she first announced it. I was like, damn, alright, okay. I see. God. This is the girl experience when you play World of Warcraft, right? If you play a female character, even if you're a guy, you would have the actual guys coming over and just giving you stuff. It's weird. It's true. Which is a very strange mindset. But, I can't personally understand it. But that is just me. I don't get it. It's so true, though. Yeah, like, I got some stuff because I, obviously, am born a female. And people knew this. And I got some mounts in WoW. Like, they sent me all the pets and things. Like, they didn't have to. I appreciate it. But there was one person who bought me the Black Panther mount. I always wanted that one. And they just... They got it for me. And that wasn't even, like, the weirdest stuff. Like, there were plenty of others that I used to raid with who would get, like, so many things just because they were girls, right? That being said, some people would just be, like, really creepy. Like, this wasn't creepy. It was just... They thought maybe they had a chance, but there were some that took it too far, right? Oh, my God. A weird time, yeah, it was indeed a weird time. I mean, it still is to a point. Like, you see with some of these, like, VTubers, for example, the amount of, like, weird stuff that some of them have in, like, their DMs, and I'm like, oh, yikes, man, what the freak? That's oof. Yeah, people are weird. I know you can't, like, control what they do, but I mean, at the same time, I'm like, damn. Which is why I find it important to sort of at least set boundaries and sort of say, hey, no, that's not okay, which is, I'll call it out when I'm saying that I'm not comfortable with that, and I'm not afraid to say that, but I feel like some people maybe are. But if they still do it, then it's probably time to ban and block and get rid, because, oof. You give Virginia, I know, right? Oh, what? Okay, right. Overgeneralization, I think.
So I ain't exactly gonna defend how men folk act on the internet, but going back to what we were saying before.
Now, it does happen, but maybe not everyone is like that. Of course, it is hashtag not all men.
Using these funny labels of yours probably makes it easier to fall into the overgeneralization trap. If you label people on the internet grabby grubs, that's all you're gonna find. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think maybe you're a fun vampire.
You mentioned feet pics.
Fun and go.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. You're a fun vampire. Vampire chick, feet pics, that's exactly. But she said this, like, she does do it. I'm pretty sure she said, like, in one of her first therapy sessions when she was explaining to Sam about what Only Zealots and Glitch and all the sort of internet culture. She said, yeah, I sell pictures of my feet. And I was like, oh, Really, Fee?
Trying to ruin your fun, Betty. Just asking you to think about the words you use and why you might be using them.
But then people realized they could say that they were anything on the internet. It was all like a big game. And what do you suppose I said I was, Little Mouse?
Said you're a wizard.
Did you say you were a wizard?
I don't know why, but yeah.
No, I don't like.
Oh yeah,
wizards.
she doesn't like wizards, sorry.
Yeah, I guess I don't either. Always cheating at cards. That ain't right.
I think you're thinking of magicians, Little Mouse.
Same old, right?
I said I was a vampire.
And that would get you all the people in the world.
Well, that sounds kind of dangerous. I'm surprised you were so open about it after all you've been through.
Oh, but as far as they knew, I was only pretending to be a vampire because you could be anything you wanted.
It was her aesthetic, right? The e-girl aesthetic. Some people go for like the pastel look. Me at the moment. Other people play into other things, but it's like she's got the vampire aesthetic. Yeah, I can see that working on the internet 100%.
Sometimes
I know she is still calling us Little Mouse.
And they were so surprised when I drank all of their blood. But I don't think they minded very much.
I don't think they really had an option to protest because you drank all their blood. Oh, internet, please. So, they don't really have an option, do they? Not really. Okay, so what are we doing? Mind reading.
You honestly think they didn't
Internet
mind being killed
behavior.
by you?
I don't like this.
Of course not. It was their greatest dream.
That's true. Because vampires are cool. No, I appreciate that. Like, I'm glad that you have stuck around, so thank you.
They really, really wanted it to
I have
happen.
my aesthetic. But it isn't the only thing, right?
Betty, you've been dead for what, 1,800 years?
Yeah, she is.
Somehow, I don't think you've got enough in common with the mortal in the 21st century to know what they're thinking.
Again, I'm sorry. If I just vanish, it's because the internet is being a complete asshole. I don't know what's going on with it again. Like, it always seems to be towards the end of the week that I've noticed, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Again, I'm
I
sorry.
suppose you must be right. I don't think it matters though. Their lives are so
Aw,
short.
Panda, thank you.
Nobody asks what insects are thinking.
Yeah, but at least you ain't presuming to know what an insect is thinking.
Oh, you're a very smart, funny cowboy man. That's a
Came because
very good
vampires. I
point.
stayed because chat is cool. Aw, I'm glad. I'm glad. We'll bonk the internet. Okay. Yes, please do. Please make sure it works. Don't bonk it to the point where it stops working. Just bonk it in the right direction.
It's certainly a much nicer
worries, yeah,
time
okay.
to be online, though.
Just so you know, in case you're wondering, where did you go? That will be why, because it's
I
just
think that was
unhappy.
my favorite time of the internet. There was a little place there for everyone, even me.
And I have everyone to thank for making chat as cool as it is, right? It's not just my efforts. You all helped to make
ran
it
a
cool.
web ring
So
for
thank you.
vampires. We had our own websites where we would invite people to come let us drink their blood.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that some of the others were actual vampires, but even I didn't know. That's what made it so special. We would send V-mails to one another and talk about vampire things. Oh, of course, it was nothing more than silly games. I think for the only time ever in my life, I had a community.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Actually make it sound pretty nice.
pretty much.
Maybe I should get a little more into this internet thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're too late for that, internet, little mouse. It's all gone now.
It has gone of those days. It's evolved as it would do normally.
Where did the whole internet go?
Times change.
It went to social media. Face Friend and Gibber and Stumbler.
Oh,
and
not
all those.
Stumbler, no. Oh, not Stumbler. See, I was never big into Tumblr. Did any of you use it? I was just never.
Instead of looking for people like us, We just started asking the entire world to pay attention to us instead.
Yep.
Well, that don't make too much sense to me. Sometimes when I was walking in the deep woods at night, I just used to have a good yell, but I didn't expect nobody to answer.
That's pretty much how I treat it, though. That's how I treat social media. It's just like, maybe some people will enjoy what I'm doing, right? It would be nice if I can find a decent bunch of people, like a whole load of people that also enjoy what I'm doing. But the main thing is, it's like, I'm having a load of fun and I'm just putting it out on the internet. My approach to streaming, it's not that deep.
But that silly little mouse, the darkness is always listening.
It's
and
true.
Something will always call back.
You're using it.
Just don't know
Ah.
who or what.
I'm having a little trouble following. So it sounds like you had a group of people you trusted and then just anyone?
That's right. I didn't know who they were. They just started following me. And some of them followed me because they thought I was pretty, and some because they thought I was strange, and some because their friends were following me.
Being a woman on the internet is just like, you will have those people that will follow you because it's a woman on the internet.
Suddenly, I had
But not the
women
only reason.
mortals who would do
You knew plenty who
anything
did.
I
Ah, I
wanted them to
see.
do, and believe whatever I wanted them to
Bebo.
believe.
I don't know what. I used to use MSN Messenger. Oh, that was my thing back in the day when I was like 14. Chat to my friends after school.
It's easy, you know, little mouse.
The days of
They
Skybell
want
Gotcha.
to be controlled, and I can control them all.
Overgeneralization.
They want to be controlled? How do you know that?
I used to talk to my when I was living abroad. I used to video call my parents on Skype. It was
We live
awful.
such
Like, it was so
short,
bad.
confused lives, full
Trying to
of
be social with
uncertainty.
people, yeah.
I'm doing them a favor, Mousely.
That and MySpace. Oh, I loved MySpace. So good.
Even if that's true, you still can't read their minds. Maybe they don't want that favor.
I used to
Maybe
write
they don't
about
know they're uncertain.
all the music I liked, just scream onto the internet about what I thought was cool. That was my MySpace experience. I was like, I love this song, I love this band, and I'm just gonna talk about it. And if people agree, cool. If they don't, then I don't really care.
Heck, maybe they even like uncertainty.
Never used Skype much. I mean, honestly, it was not great.
Oh, silly cowboy.
Screaming into the void. Yep.
They don't know
Me
what
on
they
Twitter
want
every
or
day.
don't want. You know that. The only problem is that I have so many
24-hour
of them to take
Skype
care
calls.
of. The problem with having so
Moved
many
over to
followers
Discord,
is that
yeah.
I have to feed them so much content.
Yep.
Even just playing video games all the time can be a lot of work.
It actually can. It's really bad. Well, I say it's really bad. It can be difficult, especially if you play video games a lot, right? I come off and I don't always play video games of an evening to relax. Like, I don't do that. And then also having to like do all the content, like you never have like the opportunity, or you don't really often have the opportunity to just disconnect completely from being online. Always on your phone, always having to think of like the next pieces of content, doing the shorts, all of this sort of thing.
And you said that taking that break didn't do much for you.
I used to
huh?
make MySpace
You were just
pages for
thinking
my
about all the work
friends.
you have to do for your
Yeah,
followers.
oh, I loved the custom ones. I used to really admire people who had the custom ones that look really, really cool with the backgrounds and like with the music. I used to put my favorite songs of the week as my background music. As I was saying before the internet freaked out again, I used to put instead of the top friends drama, right? Oh, you took me out of the top friends. I used to put my favorite bands in there instead, so no one could complain because I removed so-and-so. I just had like my favorites recommended. So I'm like, go listen to them, they're awesome, that kind of thing. That's how I dealt with that. My friend said I was some sort of tech wizard, but it was super easy. Wasn't it just like, isn't it just basically HTML? Was it not like that? Like with the old like websites and things, you could just use HTML. Make things. Yeah, it's so annoying. I'm so sorry, folks. There's gonna be like 80 different VODs on Twitch, so yeah, hopefully it will be in just 2 parts on YouTube.
That's right.
so people can cash out properly if they want to.
Sounds like you might have a bit of an addiction, Betty. I got a question whether having all
Super
these
freaking,
followers
yeah.
is a good
I used to
thing for
do a
you.
bit of that. I've forgotten so much of it, but I used to do. You remember, what was it? GeoCities.
Having
Those
friends is
websites. I used to do that when I was a
but these
kid.
fans
I had
are
one for
zealots.
Pokemon.
Well, it sounds
It's
like
sad.
you're taking on a big task.
I used to like doing that.
It is. But I can't help that they're
You could just cop. I know you could, yeah.
If they weren't so hungry all the time.
I used to like trying to do it for myself, like pick the colors and then try and make things. Sometimes it didn't work, but the really fancy ones you could just copy paste.
Remind me again, who are these zealots?
I think my MySpace page was basically black and purple, because of course it was. Those are some colors that I really like, but I had it like that.
From my Only Zealots page.
Only Zealots, yeah.
A website where I show my breasts and vulva.
Okay, I was wrong about the feet pictures. Yeah, no, I forgot. She was going full spice.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's almost
Welcome
there,
in, Mr.
little
Watson.
mouse.
How are you
You're
doing?
acting like a mortal. It's just squishy parts. We all have them. They're not special.
It might be. I don't know. I thought it got shut down like completely.
Oh, fair enough. I'm just not a very European vampire yet. So, these zealots, they take up a lot of your time?
Yes. It's frightfully bothersome. But they're ever so reliable. And someone has to go deal with my landlord and my computer upgrades. And go to prison for me if necessary.
Go to prison for her? What the hell?
Dang, it sounds to me like you're asking
It's just
way too much of
there,
each other.
right.
This can't be healthy. Isn't there a better amount of interaction on these
Oh no, I'm
websites?
sorry to hear that, Mr. Watson. I'll keep my fingers crossed that it loads soon.
But I always know best when it comes to the internet. I have more followers than just about anyone, little mouse.
She does indeed have a lot of followers.
There's something more, though, about the internet and how it works. It's a secret, though.
Oh,
Can you keep a secret?
we're getting the
mouse?
juicy gossip. I see.
Nothing you say leaves this room.
Nope.
Well, the secret is that the internet is changing. Because of me.
No way. Little mouse, yep.
How do you mean?
I discovered something. Do you know how I told you that the internet used to be a nice way to meet people who thought the way I did?
The trendsetter, I see.
Well, yeah, I think I got that.
A true influencer.
Well, something there in the darkness is helping me. It makes people think they know me and want to follow me.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. I don't know why it's doing it. I have no idea. It's very tiresome. I'm so sorry. Like, I just don't want to have the same problems that I was having last year. There's no way it should be happening because we haven't had as much rain, right? Because last year we had had quite a bit, so it shouldn't be that. Oh, Vodafone is having problems at the moment. Hang on. What's this? Oh. Right. Yeah, landline internet. 64%. So this is an actual this is Vodafone having a bit of a moment, it seems, because it's saying London, which is near to me. That would explain a lot. But it's not just there. There's Glasgow, Bristol, Manchester, Birmingham. Right, okay, that's I apologize. Yeah, it's a Vodafone issue today, it seems. We'll just keep going.
Everything the mortals have been doing for a long time, and it remembers all of it, no matter how big or small.
I'll just stay connected and we'll just get through this.
It counts every second, it remembers every click, it can tell you what you want before you even know it.
It is. You've accepted all the cookies on your browser. That's what it is.
Well, you gotta be kidding me. Is this some kind of elder vampire?
No, you just gotta be careful what you're accepting.
I don't know, but it's growing very quickly. I learned how to speak with it.
The algorithm gods.
It calls itself
There it is.
and it's hungry, even hungrier than we are. It's the creature that
Yeah, we're
told
back.
all those mortals to follow me in the first place. It decides what and how much content I need to
Algorithm
make.
gods, yep.
It's probably listening to us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I told you, the darkness is always listening.
No, it seems to be like that my internet service provider is having issues with the landline internet, which is what I'm using, obviously. And it's not just in my area. It seems to be my company's having issues at the moment, because I just checked. So that makes me feel a little bit better. It is not just an isolated case with us. It is a universal problem. So again, I apologize. We'll just keep pushing through, but I'm
Mitty,
sorry.
If what you're saying is true, I think this is some
Was
really
it behind the
dangerous
back?
shit. This algorithm sounds like it's trying to turn humanity into a big formula.
Mm-hmm.
But it's doing it. What if all mortals really are just the same?
Overgeneralization.
Medi, I don't think that's true. You said it yourself. People used to find each other because of their similarities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this algorithm, I don't think it's proven humanity is all the same.
Yeah.
I think it's trying to push humanity all in one direction.
Probably listening if she has a device. Yeah, probably. It's so creepy how it does that. I can talk about certain things and my phone has picked it up, right? And then every time I go on Instagram, whatever product I was talking about is on the Instagram ads. And I'm like, that is weird. No, stop it.
But why would it want to do that?
Because companies love to sell your data. To sell more products.
I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about this.
Didn't you say that feelings don't make something real?
I know. I think... I don't know. I think I don't know enough to say yet. Maybe. But Medi, one thing I am sure of is that this algorithm thing is hurting you. It's telling you what content to make.
Yeah, you should just make the content that you enjoy. I know that's easier said than done, like, believe me. I think in her situation, she would probably be able to get away with it a little bit more, right? Because she has so many people that follow her for her. Sure, some people would drop off, but there will be plenty of people that are enjoying Medi for just being Medi. Not just tied to the one game or, like, whatever she's doing.
Who the hell is it anyway? I gotta ask you to think about what you want. Pretend there ain't no zealots and there ain't no fans. What would you be doing if they weren't around?
Are you alright, little mouse? You're going quite pale, which is impressive for a vampire.
Haha.
I don't wish to worry you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just tell me you're gonna do something for you this month.
Yeah.
Well, I used to make my
Oh.
own clothing. I could try to do that if it would make you feel better, my sweet little rodent.
Honestly, yeah, that's a cool hobby to have.
What'd make me happy, Medi, is you doing something just for you. Does that sound good?
Alright, I'll try then. I will see you next month.
Sure.
Of course. You take care of yourself. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've sewed up next time.
I mean, she came with that idea. Do something for yourself. And she goes, well, I used to like doing this. So that's an excellent idea. There is still hope for Medi.
Then, farewell, little mouse. I hope you find a nice hole to scurry into.
I think we'll leave that, though. We'll leave the scurrying.
Hey, did you get that stuff about the algorithm? You ever heard about anything like it?
Sam's mind has been blown.
I am not eager to reveal such things to you, but there are sleeping terrors that could certainly consume us if we are unlucky enough for them to awaken.
Yep.
But this, no. I am not aware of any such creature.
TikTok gods.
What Medi described, a creature that takes note of every small change in nature, sounds like a force of nature itself. I will make inquiries. Do not fear, Sam.
Okay, thanks.
Even if such a beast truly exists, it cannot change our nature, as long as we are true to ourselves. This only proves how important our work is, does it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I got a little spooked, but we'll be fine.
You know what might make you feel better? Dancing.
He really wants me to dance, right? Oh my goodness.
That shook up, Andy. Maybe I'll go down and get me a drink, though.
And Sam keeps on saying no. I hope by the end of this game we actually get to see Sam dance with Andromahos.
I'm curious about your aversion to dancing. When you are ready to speak of it, I am here.
Yeah. There's a story.
You're gonna be waiting a while, boss.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it is less than eternity, I will be here.
Nice.
Okay, you go do your wise old vampire wizard thing.
Vampire wizard. Wow.
I'll see you later, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
I love his voice. Oh god, those curtains, please. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi.
Another night, another soul canceled. Can't believe someone as old as Meddy's letting anyone control her. I guess some problems don't disappear no matter how old we get.
Yeah.
Well, time to get some bartender wisdom.
As always.
Howdy, Crimson. Think you could whip me up one of them bloody Steves?
Bloody Steves.
Sure thing, cowboy. Tough night at the office.
Oh, just got some of them existential questions lingering on my mind.
As always.
Can you believe someone can be 1,800 years old and still let society tell them what to do?
I can believe it. Folks can get real uncomfortable when someone shows up and does things differently.
That's true.
Oh, no kidding. My client's a weird one, but I think that's what makes her special. Just wish she saw it the same way.
Think you're making some headway, Chief? How's your session go?
I think it went well, actually. I'm going to say it went well. The only one that went poorly was, again, it was
I'm
Edmund.
getting somewhere with her, slowly but surely. She does a lot for other people, but not a lot for herself. Now that makes her real popular, but I think she's realizing that popularity ain't what it's cracked up to be. She's got her own strengths, and I hope she'll lean on them.
You're a rare one, Sam. I get where she's coming from. Lawyers like rules, even about lawyering.
Manipulating. Yes, indeed.
My
It
colleagues
is
didn't care
indeed.
much for my style, so I had to adapt. But they'd get so bogged down in doing something right that they'd stop getting anything done.
How do you like to do things then?
I told you how case law is my thing, right? Well, I studied the worst cases. The ones where injustice prevailed because some corrupt judge invoked some ancient precedent.
Right.
I used their tools against them. Made them look like fools. What goes around comes around, right?
Right.
And your colleagues weren't into that.
Hell no. No one was gonna listen unless I was polite and civil.
Yeah.
But power never listens to polite and civil.
You got that right. Well, that's a shame, Crimson. Sounds like they lost a hell of a lawyer.
It does indeed.
They sure did. Now, I got that drink for you. Sorry, no Bloody Steves this time. This one's a Gunther.
Oh, not a Gunther.
I'm sure I'll love it. I'll take it up to my coffin for a day cap.
Oh,
You have a good night, Crimson.
thank you.
You too, cowboy.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah,
Nice and
indeed.
cozy.
It is like... It could easily go too far, you know what I mean? I mean, I have to stop. Because it is really bad. This is ridiculous at the moment. Like, it is